course, of course.
Oh, my back feels
Got
much
you,
better.
buddy.
The one of the grubs kind of curls up, tightens up now, and does that same sort of thing where there's almost like a pulse within it, and it kind of seems to harden up. And it is now your guys' turn again.
So, Maisie, do you want to try to kill that one again?
Yeah, I can shoot that hardened one.
I can buff you. I can give you 1 up
Oh, that'd be cool.
to give you back.
Okay.
What
That's
food is
very
it?
So if you want me to go first.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's see. It's bitter and sweet. So I'm going to use a silver beet and some sugar. I'm going to caramelize the sugar and coat it in the silver.
Uh-oh, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, he's not looking. He's not on the microphone.
Oh,
so.
sorry.
Oh.
I'll point it down a little bit. So I have it's
we
bitter
go.
and sweet. So I'm gonna use a beet and I'm gonna use some sugar. I'm gonna caramelize the sugar, combine them together to make a caramelized beet.
Nice.
And I'm going to what's site?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Well,
my
you can choose
gun.
whenever I give it to you. But so I'm gonna combine those together, and I'm gonna huck it at you again, just like I did with the apple. Toss it over to you. I don't know how you're gonna eat it.
Oh yeah, I
'Cause
did.
you're
I
in
don't
gas
eat
form.
food.
But you probably have like a blender thing.
I have a juicer.
Yeah, you have a juicer.
Does that still work, Jason?
Oh yeah.
It does,
Yeah.
but I
It's
don't.
just- that's
It
flavor.
does still work.
Okay.
But I'll toss
The
it over to you.
what is the effect that you're giving Sharp with this?
Target treats either whatever as if or 1 die size higher till the end of their next turn.
And I think I said inside. I think
And
it
can
is
go-
Dex, right,
and
honey?
it says maximum to D12.
No.
Okay,
it's
okay, you're
inside.
you're.
Oh, it is inside. Okay.
So he tosses you this food, and even just looking at it, the memory of those flavors, that's what it stirs something within you.
You're having a
This-
Ratatouille
this-
moment.
Aw.
Yeah, yeah.
I have
you're
a
having,
risotto.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my
I have a
God.
risotto.
It's been so long since you've tasted food, but there's something about this flavor in your hand, even though you can't taste it. It brings something out of you, and your insight increases.
Yeah.
Love it.
He really did make it with love.
always do.
So okay, so if I just okay, 1 second. Let me just move it to 12.
Well, Oh yeah.
If
Sorry,
I-
you're good.
Oh,
And then
oh,
the bugs are going to attack, and then you
Yeah.
can go.
yeah. So anyway,
The bugs, one of the other ones, as they are also injured, they all keep sort of closing themselves up. So it is now your
Ah.
guys' turn again.
Okay, now it's.
oh shit, sorry. All right, so now that's 12. Okay.
Jesus, you're so good.
Hmm?
Maisie's
Oh, Maisie?
so
Well,
good.
that's not as good as previous ones.
I mean,
13 didn't hit last time.
Which one are you attacking?
Oh, the rock one, the hard one.
One of the hardened ones.
Yeah, no, this definitely hits.
Oh,
Yeah, and I think 13
yeah,
hit
yeah.
too.
it did not.
I think. No, I think it did. You killed the
Last
last
time
one.
you shot, you killed it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You vaporized it. We had a comment about how
I
grotesque
don't
it was.
remember.
God damn.
Yeah,
You're taking
and-
notes.
and-
I know.
Her success means nothing.
This, in a similar vein, this shot incredibly effective as the bullet rips through it, and that electricity kind of burns zip, zip, zip through it, and it just sort of like whatever kind of, I don't know, wall or hill, wherever it was sitting or standing or sticking to, it falls off and is clearly dead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
One of the other remaining grubs, it also takes a defensive position and curls up. And it's now player turn.
You don't like get fabulous
So
points for
just
killing, right? That
Just
was a
Myru
different.
and Kestrel left.
But that's the thing I had. Never mind. We're good. What'd you say, Doug?
Yeah.
It's just Myru and Kestrel left.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Question: how many grubs are left?
There are currently 3 grubs.
But
And
there's
the
still the
moth
moth,
is-
Is there
though,
the
yeah.
moth? Yeah, the moth was
So
In the
there's-
moth,
and then
in the
there's
moth,
the
sorry.
bugs.
Sorry, you're-
So I'm wondering if I should bone crusher and try to inflict slow and ultimately shaken through my dances on the moth so he can stop doing his bullshit while all the other ones are kind of curling up and close to death.
Wait, Jason, did I miss something? Did one of the ones who rolled up turn into the moth?
No.
Because
It
I
was
didn't
a
think we
No,
killed
that
three.
was an extra one.
Do we kill 3 grubs already?
Yeah, I just killed 2.
You killed 3 grubs.
Okay.
One of them
Chris
was
killed one with
killed
his
by-
big blast. That's why. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yes. Yeah, Chris killed one with his large attack. 2 of them had been killed by Sharp.
Okay, great.
Unless Kestrel, you want to go first with something.
I don't have anything in particular I want to do.
Okay. I'm going to then do Bone Crusher on the moth.
Okay.
And I would like to inflict I have 2 options, and I want to do the one where I inflict slow.
Okay, you still need to do the attack though.
I know, I'm just talking
Okay,
through
okay.
it.
Perfect.
I have to go back and forth between my sheets. It's very cumbersome. Oh, wait a minute. Bone Crusher can only do dazed or weak. Oh, so I have to. Never mind. Sorry. So I'll do the weak one.
Now, I will say, before you do this, it is
Oh.
flying. So, you cannot use a melee attack against the flying enemy.
Okay. Can I switch to my other stance then?
That you can.
Yes.
Yeah. So, at the beginning
But
of your
that-
turn, you basically adjust your stance. So, it's sort
Okay.
of basically changing to the different weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not you can't do the bone crusher with that one.
Correct.
Because it's not a.
Oh.
'cause it's- yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. I'll just do.
It would be do a range shot and then warning shot.
And because I have lightning, that might actually be a good thing. Assuming that he's weak to it like the other ones.
I don't know if you still do. How does it?
Oh, it's only for 1 turn.
1 turn.
Oh, it was
Uh-oh.
1 turn, so
Yep.
I don't have that anymore then.
No, because I already.
Okay.
She should still be strengthened, just
Yeah,
not.
Okay.
the awakened buff lasts for the whole combat.
Oh wow.
I could
That's-
do
that's
I could do a Yeti dance and imbue all my attacks with ice, just so I can still be using a dance of some kind, and then maybe do the
Well, you
attack
do
with
have
flaming
you do
shot.
have the ranged range shot, then banshee range to make it slow with a warning shot, and then banshee to make it shaken,
Correct.
slow and shaken.
Oh, I can do that. Oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
I don't remember all this shit. Okay, so warning. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So then I can do Banshee. So we're circling back to what I wanted to do originally. Hooray.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Um,
You gotta click the accuracy hopefully for your range stance, and hopefully this works.
The range stance. Sorry. To find it again. The sheets are very confusing.
Back in
I'm not
equipment.
convinced that Gus is not gonna be quiet
Until you let him in. Yeah.
Look at it. Oh, he's
just
so
sitting there at the
cute.
door.
Look at
He just wants
I hate him.
he just wants
Well,
attention.
I
Because he's
clicked
needy.
it and it did nothing. Okay. Attack. I'm doing ranged with 14 to hit.
Nice.
Oh, okay. And this is against the moth.
The
correct?
moth. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Despite it being more dexterous and agile, this is enough. And that is how much damage? That is 13.
Yes.
That is exactly how much HP it had left.
Nice.
Nice.
So-
Nice.
So you managed to kill it. How do you sort of like sling one of your swords at it, because you're doing like a ranged attack? So
Yeah.
how do you sort of describe it? I think this is the first time you've used your ranged attack since we've
That sounds
told you.
right. Yeah, I will spin around, see this moth coming, and take one of my swords, kind of do a flourish, and then chuck it right
Okay.
at his face.
Okay. And it lands right where you toss it, right in the center of the face. And as the moth sort of does its last like flap of its wings, and the sort of radiance that was kind of pulsing through it sort of settles into just like a slight shimmer as it just sort of like crumples to the ground, and it falls lifeless. I don't know. Do your weapons like return to you? Do you have any? Are they like
Oh,
magical?
can I do that just straight up like a keyblade? Because that would be yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Yes, I'm like,
God
"Shit."
of War.
Comes back.
Yeah, sure. You can even flavor it as like some of like the blue flame or the magic sort of like retrieves
Yes.
it or something. Yeah, sure.
Blue flame back into my hand, please.
Okay. Does it teleport back into your hand, like reappear, or does it just like flip back through in the air?
I'm envisioning blue flames manifest in my hand, and then it like reappears in my hand. So I guess
Okay.
it teleports in a manner of speaking.
In
through
a
the
manner of
flames.
speaking. Okay.
Yeah.
Very
I like it.
cool.
That would mean that all we have left is Kestrel.
Okay. Well, you know what? These bugs, I didn't want to hurt them at first, but they've been kind of bullies.
Yeah.
Been beating up my guy friends, you know, my bros, and I just think that's kind of rude. So I'm gonna smack them.
Okay.
Smack them with my little shackles. There he goes.
Smackles, you might say.
I'm gonna smackles them. Oh my god! Did that hit?
14? I would say so. So
So I'm using the chain on the shackles that binds them together. I'm just kind of squishing the bug.
Oh, damn.
So as
crying the
conflicted-
entire time.
as conflicted as you are both glad to see that your attack, the chain, hits it, but also relieved in some way to see that because you're doing physical damage, it does nothing to it whatsoever.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
They are
Cool.
currently immune to physical damage while they are curled up like that.
Oh.
That sucks.
Oh.
This would be the first time you guys have actually done physical damage to one since they've done that.
It actually it makes the desperate crying even worse in a way.
I tried to kill it and I failed.
I know.
That makes me feel worse.
Okay, that's all. Back to the top of the order. Players go first.
Well, again, I'll go to get protect back. How many of the grubs have not rolled into a ball?
0. You guys killed the one that had not.
Okay.
Oh, well, then
That
I'll.
sucks.
God.
I
could
have.
go.
It was weak to bolt and air when we scanned it way back
Yeah.
when.
Bolt and air.
I could go and attack if
No,
you're cool
well,
with that.
I'm still gonna go
Okay.
just so I can get the protect. Because whether I miss now or miss later, it's not really gonna matter. I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to remember if I have like a provoke yet, and I don't think that I do. I don't. So, oh, I forgot when when I use a Fabula point, I can get points back. I need to remember that. Anyways, I just attack and miss. Can we just make it quick? Do you need me
Sure.
to roll? Okay.
Or is it
I'm just
physical
gonna
damage?
guard. You can guard, right? That's a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I spend a turn like getting myself like ready for if another moth comes through or something like that.
You, I believe, have to nominate somebody that you're guarding, though, that you're protecting. Basically, you remove them from being a viable target.
I'll protect. Kestrel is just sobbing over there. I'll protect Kestrel.
She's had a bad day.
I'm having a breakdown.
So I'll guard
Little
Kestrel. I
bug
think
guy.
protect still works for anybody.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. So that's what I'll do. And I'll be like,
Okay.
keep your head on a swivel. As the eyes are glazed over with tears. What do you mean?
Okay. Okay.
What's a
One of
swivel?
Just-
One of the grubs next to Meru, as it's all curled up, begins a very similar sort of build up of like a pulsing of the energy within it, kind of flares in what you might call a geomantic surge, because that's what I named the attack.
You might.
You might call it that. Who can say? And 7 to hit is probably not enough.
Nope. No,
Nope.
sir.
I'm
Okay.
just shocked that this town had problems with these bugs.
Right. Well, I mean, to be fair, we've been missing a lot too. That's been the story of Fabula for us, is we're all kind of rolling like trash.
Yeah.
So basically, even though it missed, I can describe the attack. There's this flare, and it's you can feel, you sort of like take a step back really quick, but as it flares, there's a large amount of heat as fire damage sort of just radiates out of it in this explosion, basically. Yeah. But as it does so, it sort of like loosens up as it does, and it uncurls itself. So it is no longer curled up.
Interesting.
I would still like to go.
Yep, player turn.
Okay. I'll just shoot it with a magic cannon. It sounds fun, right, guys?
Hell yeah.
So-
You're going to shoot. You're going to shoot the one that just sort of exploded, or are you going to shoot one of the other ones?
One of the other ones. One of the
Okay.
ones that's curled up still, because I
mhm.
can attack its weakness. So switching the hands to the gun, the side that it's actually made for. Gonna go ahead and there we go.
Oh,
It's a
Uh-oh.
critical success.
well,
What?
Nice.
Yeah.
So 2 sixes.
And
I'm
so-
assuming,
Where's
right?
that?
I guess we can mouse over
That's
and look.
eight.
that's
18
two.
air
That's two
damage, Jason.
sixes.
There it
Is
is.
that also an opportunity for you? No. Yes. No.
I think so.
I don't know what crits do. in
Critical
this game.
success. Yes.
Should
yeah,
be.
that is an opportunity. Yep. Yeah.
All right.
So what does that
So,
mean?
let's-
Opportunity.
Okay. So basically, a critical success affords you. So it's automatically successful, obviously, and then you get to apply the effect of an opportunity. An opportunity is there's kind of a large list
Oh,
of
okay.
things.
Okay.
So it can be anything from advantage. So the next check performed by you or an ally gets a +4 bonus. It can be affliction, which is you make the thing that you're attacking suffer, dazed, shaken, slow, or weak. Bonding, you can create a bond towards someone or something, or add an emotion to one existing bond. There's that faux pas, so you could have the creature basically make some sort of compromising statement. In this case, I would choose it because I control them. Favor is your actions earn you someone's support or admiration. Admiration, that's a word. Information, you spot a useful clue or detail. The game master, that's me, may tell you what it is or ask you to introduce a detail if I'm feeling uninspired. Lost item, an item is destroyed, lost, stolen, or left behind. That probably doesn't apply to bugs, but around. Progress, you may fill or erase up to 2 sections on a clock of some kind. Plot twist, someone or something of your choice suddenly appears on the scene. Scan, you discover one vulnerability or one trait of a creature that you can see. And unmask, you learn the goals and motivations of a creature of your choice.
Doug, just have Chris's sister show up.
Right. Or, I mean, Sean, if you roll a critical success, your wife can come back. Like, we got all sorts of options.
Problem solved.
Yeah, obviously I have full control to deny everything. Okay.
Jason, while Doug is thinking, what faux pas statement is the bug gonna make?
Fuck.
I would probably suggest you not do that one. Okay.
While we are lacking in bonds, I think I would like to give someone the opportunity to add with favor to see if that's something that someone would like to be like, oh, Gun Elf is he has my support or admiration. So
Well,
I
you
think
Fishing
would-
for compliments, Doug.
You would gain if you're doing
that would be-
favor.
that would-
you
would
earn
that,
someone's support or admiration.
would favor give someone else a bond, or would bonding? Because I think
Okay, favor. I know that they use admiration. I think that's used twice here because I
Mhm.
think that's one of the bonds. So there's different. So favor would be you would like, and so you'd need the permission of the other players, but like their character would owe you a favor
Oh,
effectively.
okay.
Or for bonding, you can either create a bond with somebody or add an emotion, which could be admiration, to an existing bond. So if you wanted to choose the bond route, you could have somebody be like, yo, that gun all's pretty cool. By the way, you do kill this thing with your magic
Oh, great.
cannon. It's dead.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Gunolf,
then
don't choose
I
me. I
will-
already admire you. Like mechanically speaking.
But you could deepen that bond.
Yeah.
Yes, I could deepen the bond, and after seeing Albus also put his life out there to protect somebody, I will deepen the bond with Albus, and I will add admiration to him. So
Hooray!
So you
There we go.
admire Albus. Nice.
yes,
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
How can he cook
the-
so well in the heat of battle? I admire that.
that too. That's amazing.
It is pretty amazing. Well, and speaking of Albus, oh my god, if I could roll high, yeah, I don't think a 6 is gonna hit you, so I think you're fine. Whew, man.
If
those
these are indeed
ones.
weak to air, I can
Maybe
go.
when he was a baby. Okay, yeah, you can go, Chris.
He was a baby. These grubs are just eating children.
Just a
That-
baby.
Yeah, so one of them flares up again with that fire damage, but absolutely easy to just sidestep and move away from.
Hop
So
over.
are they both open now, the remaining two?
No, one of them is still closed.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, I will go
Whoop.
and I will cast Double Trouble. Should probably mulligan to the 7, but it doesn't matter. We have 2 aces and 2 4s. This is not big damage, but 2 aces, 2 4s. That was the 7. I'm cheating. Doesn't matter. You saw that I had 2 pairs. It's really hard to do this backwards. I can't even begin to tell you.
I understand.
So with 2 4s and 2 aces, including a diamond, I'm going to do, as you can see there, 10 plus the highest value, which is only 4, so 14 damage, but it's air. So 2 different enemies, so I will include the grub that's still shelled, and then I guess the one that's not, just, because the moth is still alive too, right?
No, we
No,
killed
the
it.
moth
We killed
died.
him off.
Okay,
No.
so then just those 2 grubs. 14 air damage.
Well, 14 air damage, given that it is one of their vulnerabilities, is enough to defeat both of the remaining ones.
Kayla, you killed the
Nice.
moth.
That
right,
is
with your-
So
Yeah.
how do
20
you
MP.
describe? Yeah, how do you describe this attack? Is it similar where you sort of
Same
flick
idea.
the cards into them?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're doing this like sort of like Gambit elemental charging, but sometimes it's a couple cards, sometimes it's a whole array of them. The healing one goes into the ground; these just get chucked into enemies.
He has what you would not call a dual disc. And he
Yes,
throws it.
it is not a dual disc.
I do have a legally distinct dual disc, but I cannot use it in that manner.
Right.
But I could.
Yeah, but you can't. Yeah, for legal reasons.
Also, I need to
Okay.
update that spell. That costs 20, not 10, which I've subtracted.
All right. So
So with that is the end of combat. The combat comes to a close. Congratulations, everyone.
Oh,
good job, everyone.
hooray.
Jason, did that take as long as you had hoped for?
No idea. No idea.
Those,
No
uh,
idea where it went.
Those bugs put up a fight.
I did give them a regular amount of health. So that was another test to see if I needed to pare things down a little bit. I don't think that went too long.
Castro, how you feeling?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Kind of squished the bugs though.
It's all right. They deserved it.
We're ugly.
I feel a little
I didn't say that.
about it.
I want to I'm gonna, as I'm good job, and I'm saber rattling around. I'm gonna as I walk by Gunolf, seeing his curse really affect one of his attacks. I'm gonna kind of put my hand on her shoulder and kind of whisper, "You feeling okay?"
I got caught up in the moment, and I used the bad hand. but I think I'll be fine. It's just I'm sorry. No, I think I'll be fine. Should be good.
And I kind of he looks at you sideways a little bit because you coughed as you were explaining that you're good. And he just says, all right, well, you let me know if there's anything you need. Yeah?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, maybe a little bit of rest once we get back to town, but I don't know how much time we have.
All right, and I'll give you one more confirmation, Pat.
Do we got time for a nap, Jason?
Do you guys have time for a nap?
Yeah. We've been up all night fighting bugs. Are we gonna
You guys
are we
do.
gonna go and it's gonna be morning and we're just gonna keep going?
You guys do need to rest still for the day.
I do have
This
a
is
quick
true.
question too.
Mhm.
Did I collect any of the bug parts for food?
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that's a good question for me
It's
as
a
well.
phenomenal question. So loot from this particular encounter,
Mhm.
as you guys kind of take a look at all of it, you guys have 150 zenny worth of individual shimmer grub carapaces. So if you basically kind of take the carapace off it's an incredibly sturdy material that you could sell. So each one of them, there are 6 of them, they're worth 25 zenny a piece.
Okay.
There is, if you want, you can take the meat out of the grubs. That is a viable ingredient. If you would like to use some of that, Albus, that is up to you to determine what flavor it is. I
Do I need
believe,
to roll
right?
for it, or
That's
do I get to pick?
You roll for it.
Okay.
If you want to do that now, you can.
Alrighty.
So, with the carapaces,
4.
are we be using some of the, like, do we need to figure out what we're selling and what we're using, Doug?
I do have the capability, not quite yet, of making things for our armor and weapon that will require me to be level 10 in Tinkerer. So I don't have the capability of doing it yet.
Okay.
But it will sometime these pieces I will be able to augment.
My apologies.
What's the sitch?
Yeah.
My father is asking me dumb questions about how I'm doing.
Happy
You know,
Father's Day.
parents, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what Maisie always says. She's like, God,
Yeah. He's so sweet, but I'm like, fucking.
my dad is asking me how I'm doing.
Yeah, how rude.
Don't you hate it when they care?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't ask to be born.
So I don't know if the question is what kind of thing I can do in the future with this item.
No, because
carapace.
that's interesting. But I'm asking, just are we basically just selling all of these for 150? And it sounds like yes for now. In the future, we might need to designate what you're using and what we're selling, but we don't need to do that now.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of I'm not just going to hand you zenny for killing wild creatures, so I'm handing you parts worth zenny.
Cool.
Makes sense.
Is what
Great.
we're doing.
How many pieces of bug meat
there
do I
is-
get?
It's a great question. Roll a d6 for me. Let's find out.
He did.
Well, I did
it's
for the
on screen
flavor,
there,
but I haven't
for
rolled one for
the
yeah,
number.
I see.
roll-
5.
I got 5.
A couple of the bugs were
Nice.
probably like shredded beyond oblivion,
Yeah.
but you were able to salvage a good amount. That's good.
The one
Some
you
of them are
nuked
even a
with
little-
dark
little-
magic probably is not going to taste real good.
Dark meat.
Yeah,
Only
that one
5?
that one was no bueno, but the rest were still good.
Okay,
Um,
so 5.
So you want to
The-
go with 5, Jason?
also,
Yeah, my bad.
what?
You want to go with 5?
5. Yeah,
Okay. A lot.
Yeah.
Jesus.
that is a lot.
Mhm.
But
You
you
rolled
guys,
good.
they
A lot
are
of sweet stuff.
they're big, fatty
Oh,
grubs.
there's sweet meat.
effectively.
That's
They're
Oh,
sweet
now
meat,
now they're
yes.
I don't know
fatty.
if I
Great.
like that.
Get ready to get hucked a bunch of sweet meat at you during
This
next combat.
sugary
Th-
bug meat.
This is some ugly meat.
No, they were ugly on the outside, not on the inside. And for
Oh,
the
so they had
record,
great
Yeah, there
personalities.
we go.
and
I like that. I like that.
Just to really
the
dig the
the
knife
shimmer
in.
moth was beautiful. By the
Oh.
way,
Okay.
I knew it.
Did the
No.
bugs have a name?
It- It was.
Yeah.
Its traits were beautiful, flying, glowing, and protective. Okay.
It was Mothra.
And we're also gonna
What
go
was
back
the
to town,
radiance?
find out they were like endangered.
We just killed the last of them.
Wait, you went for those bugs?
I
I'm
will
gonna have
also-
to
another
arrest
cave.
you.
part of this loot is there are if you want, you can take the wings of the shimmer moth. They are rather sturdy, despite the sort of fragile and light appearance of them. The sort of subtle glow that is within them, and like even just touching them, you can tell that they're not fragile or weak. Whatever sort of geomantic magic they have consumed, like strengthens the wings themselves. You guys do not have the capability to do so yet on your own, but if they are used to make armor or like a cape or something of the sort, the geomantic magic will actually provide you guys with basically a special quality, which is that you resist all damage caused by environmental effects.
Oh.
So
Ooh, can I
Like-
take some of the wings?
Cool.
Like partial
so
pieces?
it is like one whole piece effectively that is worth. So like if you gather the wings, it is like
Mhm.
a special, I don't want to call it ingredient because that's for cooking, but it's a special material that can be
We
used
should
for
give it to
creating
Doug.
something.
That
That sounds
that's a
like-
Doug
He
thing.
can tinker and
Yeah.
you cannot. Or at
Yeah.
least I don't
That's
think.
so
Or not yet.
rude.
Well,
Don't doubt
And
her
you can.
abilities.
Can you-
Who's sexist
you're
now?
as sexist as the mom.
Watch as Michaela grabs one level of tinkerer this after this
Yeah.
session. Just to-
I'll show them.
Give me those wings.
I'll show you.
So it's resist all damage of environmental effects, right? Is that what you said?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So like if it was cold outside, it keeps you warm. If it was hot outside, it sort of keeps you like protected from that. It's a sort of just overall like geomantic sort of protective barrier. If you
I really
use it for
can't
that.
stay.
Yeah, exactly.
What it's worth, I would
Mhm.
nominate like tossing 2 carapaces to Doug and selling the other 4.
Okay, that's fine.
So we get some money
Just
out
in
of it,
case
but
they
we can
think-
save a couple pieces for later when he can use them.
Yeah, and it still gets us a nice even 100.
And the bounty's coming, so we should
Maybe-
have some more money as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, assuming they pay out.
Maybe
It's
it
not
adds
a
like
scam.
one defense or something to
The
something.
wings are worth, if you wanted to sell them and not
Last
use them,
one's
they're
good.
worth 600 zenny. But it kind of depends what you guys want to do with it.
Jason, we wanted to ask, especially now that we're using them more, what from combat do we get Fabula points from? Is it,
Winning.
do we get anything for winning? Do we get anything for any instances in
Uh,
combat, any occurrences that happen?
I believe if you guys fumble, you get one.
Okay, but like
it's
winning or
just-
anything doesn't grant one on its own. Okay.
Winning doesn't give you one. Fumbling does.
Okay.
Okay,
Got
I'm
it.
remembering that correctly.
What is
But
fumbling?
despite how
Is when you miss, right? Or critical
the
miss?
double ones,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, double
ones.
ones.
Okay, got it.
Double ones. Yeah. Yeah. So you've got the wings, you've got the carapace, you've got your meat, you got your sweet meat.
Nice.
That's basically it. You've completed the bounty. You guys are welcome to head back to town or go wherever you'd like. What would you like to be your next step?
I will go back to town.
I'm ready to go back to
and
town.
sleep until we're ready
Yeah.
for this
Mhm.
meeting.
I
in
really
the
want to cook
morning.
up some of that bug meat to try
Yeah.
it out.
Need to sleep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tired. This child's been up all night fighting bugs.
Fetal position in
Need
the
a
So-
nap.
this particular section would not we can't do the camp effect or something.
You have
along
already
those-
chosen your camp effects effectively for this night.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys just never actually went to sleep.
Oh
So-
god, I
Okay.
forgot what I chose. I'm gonna need to remember that.
hmm
Do we need a refresher?
I
on them?
don't think so. It's somewhere in my notes.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I think we. The next big scene is gonna be the next morning. So if everybody's good, we can just.
Well, I mean, okay, so you guys all gather. Do you guys remember who was sleeping in like what rooms? How you distributed yourselves?
Yeah.
We talked about it. I don't
I'm in
remember
a room
where.
with gun
I think we
open
got
and sharp.
3 rooms or
I think we
I think
can't
that's
remember.
correct.
did as well.
I think I was sharing a room with Rosalind, but that's all I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and
And that-
Sharp and Kestrel.
Well, Gunnulf was in the room too.
Yeah, I thought Gunnulf.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was like
right.
us three. Yep.
Because we had 3 in one of
But
the
yeah,
rooms.
it's just me and Albus.
I account for 2 people. So
Yeah,
fucking-
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
But
You're pretty tall.
are there any? So you guys all basically gather. You sort of take
Good
a
order.
load off. You kind of, get a feel for like the first sense to kind of air out and breathe as effectively. Since you sort of left, this is the first night of actual genuine sleep. For some of you, it's the first genuine night of sleeping outside of a cell in a great long time. So, is there anything you guys want to discuss amongst yourselves? Any conversations or scenes, that kind of thing?
I had a
Well,
quick question.
I'd like to. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Go, Albus. Albus, go
are we
for it.
resting?
So, yes,
Okay.
we are resting. This is effectively the rest that you guys took last time, but you never actually took.
Okay.
We'd sort of picked, what you guys were doing, but never did it.
I get 1 ingredient.
So,
And effectively, this
So,
is
yeah.
when the conversation between Roz and Myru would happen. It already
Yeah.
happened, but linearly it
Right.
is hitting here because of when we're.
Oh yeah, this is probably when we're. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah. But are there any other conversations that people wanted to have had since we sort of hopped out of the order chronologically, unfortunately? So, everyone gets together. Kestrel, I know you wanted to say something.
yeah. I would like to emotionally ambush Gunnulf.
Okay.
Well, I assume we're all in the bedroom together. Yeah.
And Gunnulf's trying to sleep,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you're like,
He's trying to sleep.
sidle up.
He just gets settled down. I'm not gonna wake him up.
turning around
you
in the
know?
circles, and going
On the
down
bed
like a dog.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'd like to go over to him and maybe kind of prop myself up next to his bed and be like, Gunnulf, are you?
Yeah. You feeling okay?
I'm fine. I noticed something earlier. Are you sick? And I pointed his hand. And I pantomime coughing.
Do you, Doug or Gonolf, this is a question. Do you take off your glove when you sleep, or do you leave it on all the time?
Typically leave it on because I don't have a feeling whether or not it doesn't bother me.
That's a fair point. Okay, so yeah, despite I guess I don't know how much you dress down for bed, but the glove is still on. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sick. It's nothing that we need to worry about right now, but I don't think there's any harm in telling you that I don't feel with my hand anymore.
Oh, what happened?
I got it from my mom. It's something that I've always had, but it never's gone away, and I hope that this journey, one of my biggest things is I want to be able to cure this. I want to get feeling back in my hand, and I want to make sure that this disease doesn't affect any more people. Sorry. I want to make sure that this disease doesn't hurt any more people, that no kids or future kids go through what I had to, where they lose their mom super early. Yeah, that's it'll eventually go past my hand. Right now, it's right there. So.
Oh, okay. Gunny, Kestrel can heal. I want to try. Maybe not work, but I want to try to heal your hand.
Of course.
If that's okay.
Yeah. Do you need my glove off, or then I'll
She
take off my
nods.
glove.
And okay, if I touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't feel it, so.
All right. So I sort of bite my hand and I create some, a little fresh one with some blood, and I grab over his hand. And do you want me to cast the heal spell just for the sake of the roleplay, Jason?
Sure.
or-
Yeah.
Sure, I'd like to do that.
Okay.
And so that costs 10 MP. I don't know. But we keep track of that, I guess.
It'll refresh at the end of the day. So as long as you
Oh,
have it
okay.
now,
Well, then who
you'll-
cares? Whatever.
Yeah.
Use 20.
So I cast the heal spell, and the blood sort of, in a sort of almost animated kind of way, like a mind of its own, sort of like goes over the hand and all of the affected areas, and sort of bleeds into the skin with like a red aura. And Jason,
So, this is more of a question for you. When
Mhm.
you sort of heal somebody else, is
Mhm.
there some element on your end where you can sort of like, I don't know, how would you describe it? An impression? Do you sort of, do you feel like, say, like life moving from like yourself to them, or do you feel like
Mhm.
uh, like can you feel like the quickening of like their heartbeat, or is there some transfer or sensation that happens when your magic affects other people, or is it merely an effect like that happens?
No, I am very intimately aware of the physical properties and things that are happening in Gunnolf's body. I
Okay.
can feel what's happening to his flesh.
Okay. So as this is going to be hard to describe. So your magic, as the blood in Gunnolf, you would see this, at least the physical side effects of this, as the sort of glowing blood sort of attempts to sort of like seep into your skin as it makes contact, and there's that moment of sort of transfer as it is sort of attempting to intermingle and sort of bring that rejuvenative quality to it. There is a fading, and I believe, Doug, the word that we'd used to call this disease was the wasting sickness.
Oh, yeah.
And there is a very similar sensation that you get as well, Kestrel, where you feel your magic as soon as it begins to intermingle with this flesh. It takes on a quality of it's almost a listlessness, or um a inactivity. It almost feels like a sort of depression or a desire to do nothing.
Apathy.
And you find that in many ways, the blood that sat on top, as it was intermingling, there are actual beads of it that actually just roll off like regular blood. They've sort of lost their magical quality to them. As soon as they have attempted to heal whatever sickness infects it, it sort of just rejects it outright. It does not respond. In fact, it seems not just that it didn't intermingle, but that it has no desire to respond. It doesn't want to, and so it doesn't.
Oh.
And while you have your hand over mine, I'll just I'll grab it, and then I'll take out the lotion, and I will cover the bite mark
She's trying to heal
in
you.
the lotion.
We're healing each other. It's a healing moment.
Should I be in the room for this? I'm just like looking out the window, like, okay.
You guys are exchanging of like bodily fluids.
Yeah.
And everything.
Oh, knock on the door.
Sorry.
Wow.
Whoa.
Hey, at least she asked this time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And
While it does that, I'll just kind of also put like a little bit of the the antibacterial and feel good lotion, and on your wound that you had
called?
freshly given yourself.
Well, and I go, oh, and I pick up my hand and I show you. It closes like really quickly, and I go, your hand, it feels sad. It's strange to say, I know, but it didn't want to be healed.
It's tricky, and nobody has quite found a way to make it work. But I do appreciate the attempt, and I'll do the dog thing and just kind of kiss the cheek with the tongue, and
Okay, all right.
And it's like-
I say, well, thank you. I show my
Mhm.
hand and I say, we're going to find a cure for you.
Thank you. I believe I think we will. You and I, we're gonna find it.
Yeah, I come. I'll help. Anyway.
Yeah.
And I go back to my bed.
Okay.
Do you want to check on Kestrel after the day's events, or are you good to let her decompress a bit?
Yes, that's Gunnulf right there.
No. He's in bed. I guess how tired do you appear? Does it look like the moment you're done, Kestrel, with Gunnulf, like you're just out, or are you kind of a little restless or anything?
As you see me get back to my bed, you see I take my shackles off actually, and I set them down, and I sit with my hands in my lap, and I sort of try to meditate a little bit, but I'm still awake.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like I'll leave you to just decompress. I don't know.
Cool.
You're a growing girl. You can take care of yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else? Anybody?
as-
Any other conversations or?
Yeah, sorry. I'm laying in bed. It's the classic lazy boy anime thing with the hands behind the head and laying back, and I feel like we're getting ready to sleep, and we've done the cursory it's silent, so we're both assuming that we're supposed to be sleeping, Albus.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm going to break the silence and be like, "Where did you learn how to do that? Cooking in the middle of the battlefield, and actually cooking, not just throwing together some food. By all accounts, it tasted great."
I had a pretty good teacher, someone who I really respected, and they taught me a lot about the art of cooking in many ways that related to me in the sense of battle as well. As I'm doing that, though, I have a little hibachi grill on the bed that I'm cooking up extra bug meat.
Oh, so I thought we were sleeping. You're cooking. I'm just sleeping.
I'm cooking. I was so excited to cook that bug meat.
Yeah, I would just say that's so impressive. The ability, if nothing else, just keep your cool in the middle of a fight and make some great food. I've rarely seen anything like it.
Becomes second nature after a while. Do you want to try some of this bug meat?
I take a deep breath. I'm like, yeah, I do. Is it good? When you say bug meat,
I want to see what you think of it.
Oh, I'm the guinea pig.
Yes.
All
I take a piece off of the fork and I kind of fling it over to Steve.
Okay. I'm gonna eat it. Is it good? I guess you tell me.
Yeah, it's sweet and salty.
I don't know if I like my bug meat being sweet, but if I didn't know it was bug meat, I would say this is damn good. Texture is great too. Anytime you need a taste tester, I'm your man.
I will be using you frequently then.
Great. Okay, that's the scene from our bedroom.
Okay. So then that would leave. So anything between
Know the man behind the curtain.
Who's the other ones? Oh, Myru and Rosalind already had their scene. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, with that, you guys get your full night rest. Everybody officially completes any of their resting activities that they were going through. And the next day rolls around. So it's effectively morning, although it's, again, you're underground, so there's no sunlight coming through some window or anything of the sort. The sort of hustle and bustle of an underground place like this kind of makes it almost hard. Some of you kind of like wake up at weird times and you're like, has it been long enough? I guess so. I feel fine. I feel awake. But you guys sort of all start coming to it around roughly the same time. I mean, you've had a very long day after all. And for the sake of clarity, as that is what it is for, I am filling in a single part of the clock for the Inquisitor catching up with you guys.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh.
Ah.
I figured we were
Run.
scot-free. Just kidding. So okay, that's good to know. We get a sense that if there was a clock,
If there was
it's
some
counting
sort of
down.
clock, it's like what the Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. Yeah, the day rolls over and it goes chukum chukum, and a big
Yeah.
old clock pops up on the screen. Yeah.
Okay, so we had a plan, actually. I just need to remember what it was. Some of us were going to talk to Scratch,
Mhm.
and some of us were not. And I want to say Albus was going to stay and keep an eye on Kestrel, but I don't remember. And if anyone either does not think that was the case or wants to change the plan, that's perfectly fine too.
If Kestrel is staying behind, yeah.
I think we thought
Yeah.
it would be a good idea for her to not
Go, what do you want?
well,
Not
keep her
see what's
sheltered.
about to
No,
happen
just
to
like
Scratch.
draw too much attention.
Right,
I
right,
think.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can stay behind and make sure everything's hunky dory. Okie dokie.
Who wanted to go? I think it made sense for Rosalind and I because we already talked to Scratch.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Does someone go to
Maybe
sell
Myru?
those
But
bells? The scarab?
We could. I
bug
guess
shells?
it doesn't hurt if Gunolf is not gonna go. But if he wants to, we can always sell him later.
Okay.
We had talked about the possibility of making sure people were ready to go quickly if this went south.
There was a group
Sure.
that was gonna make sure
So
that we could secure passage out of the town.
Yes.
So those are the three things: protecting Kestrel, talking to Scratch, securing transportation.
transportation, because I'm the tinkerer guy. I
Okay.
imagine I'm a
You know your
Nice.
vehicle.
Michaela, I
somewhat
don't
good
know
at-
if you remember.
as-
I thought you said you were going to go with Gunolf to secure transportation, but I don't for sure remember.
maybe
Michaela?
Marie, but I feel like
Oh, were you talking to me?
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
I couldn't hear.
Okay,
Oh,
I said Michaela. Yes.
No, I didn't. There was a lot of noise.
okay.
I thought I don't remember if I was gonna go secure transportation or go talk with you guys. I'm good either way.
I thought you had said transportation, but it doesn't
Okay,
matter if you want
that's
to.
fine.
Whichever one you want to do in this moment,
well
you can do.
this guy might have might be able to source information regarding your sister. So
Yeah, I think I might do that
Okay.
instead.
Okay, so then Sharp
I don't remember either.
possibly staying with Kestrel.
probably staying with Kestrel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kestrel
Grab a
Bay.
slumber party.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well,
Jason, from the bounty
you guys-
board,
So
as we were finding out this assignment, how would one turn in a bounty?
oh yeah.
You would actually see effectively management at the Martingale. So you guys basically had the correct guess, more or less.
Okay.
As to roughly who you would notify. You wouldn't necessarily have to have gone to Scratch himself, but you would have notified somebody at the Martingale that you had completed it, essentially. So
And gotten our
You're-
reward?
and to get your reward, yes.
Okay.
But you haven't done it yet. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So Albus and Kestrel are staying back.
And Marie and Sharp.
And Marie. And are you guys just hanging out in the room, or you sort of walk in the town? What are you guys doing as far as?
I thought the point was to not draw
Yeah.
attention. So
Yeah, I would
probably
say
Yeah.
stay
don't
in the
walk.
room together.
If you're gonna walk around town, might as well come with us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
hang out in the room.
Just put a blanket
Maybe I'll
sheet
bug
Okay.
over
Albus
you
for
and-
Yeah.
breakfast. You know.
No.
And then everyone else is going except for
No, so we got 3 groups, Jason. So Marie,
Yeah.
Kestrel, and Albus staying behind in the room, kind of keeping an eye out, maybe looking out the windows. Myru, myself, and Rosalind going to talk to Scratch. And
Okay.
it sounds like just Gunoff going to secure some
Let's
transportation.
say, so is it just gun off?
Yeah.
It
Okay,
sounds like
okay.
it. Yep.
So that's where Jason planned the combat. It's going to be just
Ah!
Just
Ah,
gone off
shit.
grand adventure. Him and his like 36 health.
yeah.
Oh no.
You just hear him screaming in the
Uh,
distance.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can. Well, I mean, we'll go with the 3 of you guys. So what? So you guys head over to the Martingale. Is there anything you're prepping or doing before you go there? Or
I'm going to say plan of attack. Myra, I know you have a lot of questions. Let's let Rosalind lead the conversation. She had the most positive impact on this guy that we're going to talk to originally. And we'll come in when we're needed. Rosalind, are you comfortable with that?
Should be fine.
All right. I have a good feeling about it.
Plus, I'm new, so
Yeah, right.
it's fine.
We did the bounty. We done this guy some favors. He kind of is impressed by us anyway, so I think
Well-
we're going to be in good shape.
You're new, but you're with us, and we've already established a rapport, and I don't think you're going to be unfamiliar to him. Let's just put it that way. It seemed like he at least has eyes on us since we arrived in the city. So he may not know a ton about you, but he's at least going to recognize who you are.
Honestly, chances are high he already knows we did the bounty. Okay, so are we just continuing on?
Yeah.
To Scratch's place? Great. I was asking Jason, but yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. So you guys head up to the Martingale. I take it. So like, there's the front desk. Do you basically ask just to see Scratch right away, or is it just like, yo, yeah, we got this bounty, and
Bounty
then like you try to
first.
dip out, or do you want to go? You want what?
We're doing bounty first, so it'll be, hey, I don't know if I guess we could even show one of the spare carapaces that we took, since we've kept a couple of them that we weren't going to sell, and just go, took care of your bug problem, and I'll just like hold it over the countertop. Hopefully it's not still like dripping ichor or anything at this
Yeah.
point.
It is, yeah, I'm
Sorry
sure
about
it's
the
not.
carpet.
Yeah, lovely establishment you have here.
No, you're good. So you do. And the it was the human woman at the desk. She is like, oh, amazing, awesome, and she sort of basically kind of goes behind. There's sort of like a little back room, and she goes back there, and she basically comes out with your payment, which is 1,000 zenny.
Holy shit!
Hell yeah.
I will toss 300 of it
Nice.
each to Myru and Steve.
Right.
Mm.
And I'll add 400 myself because I'm selfish.
No, we'll give it to Gunoff when we get back.
Yeah, it's all going to consolidate, but that way, we
Yeah.
at least in case we get split up, in case things get weird here,
Yeah.
everybody has some of the funds so that if we need supplies or whatever,
If anyone
it's not
asks,
just
I'll
one
make a
person
pay
carrying it
tomorrow.
until we regroup.
And she thanks you guys and says, wow, it's just been a while since we've had people willing to go out like that. Sometimes the tunnels around here can be a little dangerous, and yeah, when the more of those crystals that the things eat, it really cuts into production around here. So you guys have really done us a huge favor.
Well, I'm not sure how much longer we're going to be here, but if there's anything else, we have lodgings here for the time being. Not sure how much longer, but if you need anything or if there's other requests that people have been waiting to put up, just let us know. We'll be around, maybe.
She nods and she's like, okay, I'll maybe be sure to pass that on to management.
I appreciate that. Also, if you don't mind, is Scratch available? We have some information we'd like to give him. We've met him yesterday. We were hoping to maybe have an audience with him today, if possible.
And she sort of goes, oh, let me check. And she sort of disappears behind the counter for a moment, for a little bit. And you guys are kind of sitting around, kind of waiting for a couple minutes. And then she kind of comes back around and she's like, he would be more than happy to see you now. And then she sort of like leans over the desk and points, and you can see that there's sort of a stairway to one of the upper levels. And she goes, you just follow that up and then around the railing, and you'll see his office. It's sort of facing the inside of the stack.
We'll do that. Thank you very much. And we'll just
I like whisper to
Follow the way.
Myra, I'm like, so far so good.
So you guys, you follow the directions. You head up the stairs. You kind of head around, and you can see that like there are a couple floors in this casino, but basically following sort of the upper level, you can see that there's sort of an office that more or less faces, like, you have to presume, the wall, kind of of the same wall that you entered into. But up a level. So you kind of go in, and it's noticeably Scratch's office, because you see the two bodyguards that you guys had that had been following him when you guys met him earlier. They're outside the door. They're posted outside the door. So obviously, maybe you don't recognize them, but Rosalind and Steve do. And as you guys approach, they sort of they give you a nod, and one of them just opens the door and just sort of let you guys pass if you want to enter in.